Oh boy, we're starting an ambitious coal project today. This was my dumbest idea yet.
Prior to this episode, I did a little prep work up here in the Red Forest to get some extra coal because I wanted to go even bigger. And back over here closer to Crater Lake, there's one additional normal node. And we're going to combine that with a sulfur node, and we're going to make compacted coal. I did some prep work when it comes to water extractors because we need 75, and I had to see if I could lay it down. I was able to get about 54 in here, except so I marked the ones with red that I might just overclock. There's 9 over here in this little lake, and I'm thinking I'm going to put a bunch of foundations down and make it one of those, look like one of those water tanks you see on a power plant. So I'm going to get down there and get started on this, see if I can build a circle around this. And while I'm doing that, I did some hard drive hunting, and I'm going to let you see a little bit of a montage real fast while I work on that, and I'll see you back in a moment. Welcome back. Well, I got a bit of a circle. I've pretty much followed the same thing I did in the Fixmas video, except this time I went all the way around and I did a little bit extra by just doubling up before I did each turn. And so now I have a circle going all the way around it, and it pretty much covers most of the high spots. It's gonna look pretty good. So we can do walls around it, we can do a lid over it, we can color it and paint it, make it look pretty cool. We have a couple pipes coming out, going over and joining the others. So I'm gonna lay out a little bit more foundations, and then I'm gonna show you what unlocks we got with the hard drives.
After our little hard drive hunt, I used about 10 hard drives to do research. The recipes that I picked were compacted coal, which we're going to be using for this coal project. I picked heavy oil residue, recycled rubber, and recycled plastic, which we'll be using later down the road when we do more plastic and rubber. They're great use for that. Also, heavy oil residue is useful for diluted fuel and turbo fuel. The other ones I picked up were quick wire stator, which we needed for our project. I snagged steel rod and steel rotor, which we are going to be using steel rotor. And the other ones I picked up were electrode circuit board, bolted frame, and bolted iron plate, just because they were the only option that were useful. We'll be doing more research after we unlock packaged fuel and computers and manufacturing so that we can get some alternative recipes there. So we have about 15 more hard drives to go. We'll use them then. All right, we have a pretty big platform now.
And you might be thinking, what in the world are you going to do with that? And I have no idea. But I have a few ideas. Doing 200 coal generators takes a lot of space. Kind of want a power switch room, something that controls all of our power, up here somewhere, or up at the front. That way the cables can just head off out to our factory. Do want a road. It's going to be very big, like maybe here. So if we have a road there, we can fill this stuff in. You know what we can also do? Oh, yeah. What we can also do for the road? I totally forgot about this. We can actually use the architecture. Now these things are 50 centimeters tall. They're half of an actual 100 centimeter. There might be a little, they're actually a little bit less than 50 centimeters. Maybe like 40, so like 40 centimeters. And the nice thing about that is that we can actually take this and stick it under it. And now we have a road that has a curb. Obviously we're gonna paint this more concrete color or not, but yeah, we can, as long as we're staying above the grass over there, this could work beautifully. Oh yes, that's what we want. If I wanted to go through the power plant, this might be an ideal spot here. Yeah, this one. I can't guarantee that. It might be nice, might not be. Obviously, we don't want to design too much prior to our factory, although having an idea for roads at least can kind of help us add some constraints to our design. And constraints can help breed creativity, as Mark Rober says. Sure, the road will go past this, but I'm just trying to leave an edge for myself. All right, so that gives us a little room here, which we could still fit. This still would fit a building with 3 of these stacked up. So we got, this might work, this might work. So in theory, we could have one building about this wide. Now that would be the minimum. We're gonna need to go a little bit bigger so we have some walk space. So this is 12. Let's lay down some coal generators. There we go. Right to the edge. That's 8. That's 8 altogether. Obviously, we could space them out and make this an even bigger build, but I think this will be fine. As I set this up, I did basically create a pancake floor, so we have an 8-meter height. So we have some room for belts and pipes, and we can just go down with both of these. We don't have to. I'm not really sure. I kind of want to see some belts, but in this enclosed one, we can send them underneath and then have more walkways. And okay, so things are starting to take shape. This is going to be a smaller building back here with 2 larger towers. I've already got 16 generators on each floor there. I've got a full 24 here. We'll do at least one more floor here of 16 each. This only covers, you know, maybe 88 or so generators with the 2 floors and this. So we've still got 112 to go. We have this space back here. We are going to do some back here as well. I added a little bit of walls to this, but we're going to work on that in a second. This space, obviously, I was seeing how many I need for the compacted coal assemblers. We're going to need about 12 assemblers, not too much, but we also need a sorting areas. And in the middle here, we'll probably have more coal generators. Maybe we'll somehow fit the 40 compacted coal generators. What I want to do next is wonder where my parachutes went. Okay, well, let's just hop down. So we're going to add some walls onto this. We're just going to get this thing kind of tidied up. All right, now we got a wall all the way around it. We still got some trees in the way, but we'll clear them out. But I think this is probably tall enough. We're four walls above where the ground level is going to be for this factory, so I think that's pretty good. We still need to add in a ceiling several times. So we got the metal one. I don't think it's going to work. We could do tar. We certainly could do the fix-it roof. I don't want to do flap. Surprisingly enough, these are not having a Z fighting problem. That's kind of nice. That's really nice. We might be able to do this then if it's not going to have a huge Z problem, although we're eventually going to have some crossing, so we'll have to flatten it out somewhere. Let's do the next layer. Okay, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. This looks good. Yes, I don't know what coffee stain was planning, but whatever they did for these roofs, it looks great. When we cross them like this, they're not they're not doing all hell Z-axis fighting. I love it. Oopsie, did I? Nope. Okay. Hopefully it's going to continue to be friendly. Oh yes, this is actually looking wonderful. Oh, I might have to do more circles if all the roofs did this. I'm not sure how much of an angle I want to go on this. I mean, this is pretty good. I don't want to have a, I don't need a, this is not a tent. This does not need to have a pointy top. We just wanted a little bit of elevation to kind of give it that depth.
Okay, this is looking pretty good. I like the mix all the way up, but I feel like if we keep on going, this is gonna get kind of weird. What we're gonna do is we can use these foundation roofs. We want to line them up. We could line them up anyway. I need to go get some more iron plates. So now what I think we can do, and you have to let me know what you think about this. All right, so this is our flat side. So let's go and have something here so we can go all the way across. This is not what my plan is. Now, we're going to use these catwalks. Now, obviously, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing it, you could use these. You could also put it down like that. That would be interesting if you wanted a fancy roof. This case, I want this more solid top. So I'm going to go with this for now. Once we got one. Now, it may look a little weird up here, but I think it's going to look great. That's so we need to paint this thing a little brighter. We want it to match the concrete. Alrighty. Oh, looks like we missed a spot. Perfect. If we can find the center. Let's go take a look. Not bad. It could maybe go one more taller. I wouldn't be against that, but I think that's fine for now. It kind of looks like a big water silo. Very big water silo. You know what? This place is going to be bigger, so it'll look smaller. I could see myself raising it up. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you think. Let us then move on. I think I need to do a little bit more work up here. We're going to box this up. Maybe patch up this area a little bit more. We need to get the second row of these on top. So let's get that started. No! Fell in my own hole here. Hyping all of these up is going to be a fun time, isn't it? All right. So I've done a little bit of work. I moved these. I had these 2 foundations apart, but I decided I wanted to get more space in here, so I moved them to 3 foundations apart. It just helps me make this one look more like a box because I want to separate these 2, so they're going to go up. So I extended this out and I got a little extra room, so it allowed me to extend it out a little bit closer to a square, but not perfectly, which is fine. We don't got a lot of decorations on it. I just have a lot of walls here to kind of help identify where it's going to be. So, but we don't have any like decorations yet. We're actually going to go forward because we have other stuff. We have so many more generators to add. Still got to do it over here. So we can do it right now, actually. So, and then we're going to drop these off. They're going to touch the edge. I check that by just plugging this in and seeing where it would lie. And I was like, okay. Perfect, good. This layer is mostly done except for some pipe work, which we all know is going to be a joy. Anyways, back here, I was starting to think about what we needed to do back here, what I want to do, because if you go to look at any coal power plant, you'll always see there's like a big pile of coal somewhere, and it usually feeds it in with a conveyor belt of some kind. You can just Google coal power plants, just straight up images on Google Images, and you can find something. And so I kind of want something. I'm not going to do it right here, but I'm just going to example. We could have something. Don't have to make it too big, because my idea is going to be real troublesome. You're going to see I have coal in my hand on it, because I was like, there's no way that we can create a pile of coal. I mean, we can create a black box and have it come out of that, and that would be fine. We can have a conveyor belt of coal, and that would look fine. But then I had an epiphany, and I started to think, well, what if we could stack, if we had full stacks of coal? Because when they have full stacks of coal, they'll stack on top of each other. So I started thinking, well, what if I could just by hand create, this is probably a really bad idea, but if we could create one like this, it's a bit of a slow process. And you're like, well, that's very flat and that's cool and all, but that doesn't really create a pile. But yeah, but once we get enough of it on the ground, we can start stacking a new layer. Now this, I don't know how big I'd want to go, but I think that we might be able to do this, and it would look really cool. And we can have something here in the center with a conveyor belt going up or something, and we could cycle it through the floor, and then we can use like the beams to go at an angle, or an angled conveyor pole, and have it go up to somewhere up there. Or I think it would look cool. It doesn't have to be right here, but this is kind of the idea, that we can have at least a small spot. If we could just build a little mound of coal here. It's very stupid, but it would look cool if we could do it. We'll work on that a little bit later. So I think we need to do the second layer up there of coal generators and see how high that's going to get, because we might do a third, just depending on how it looks. If it looks good enough to go even higher, we can go even higher. Time to lay some more concrete. This thing is going to be huge. Maybe I should have just done the flat coal generator thing and just called it a day. But no, I wanted to go big. I wanted to do something big for you guys. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. This could turn out absolutely terrible, but I still got to post it. If it turns out really bad, I'm still going to post it, and I'll just take the shame. It turns out nice. I should just accept it and change my default color and then go fix my steel factory, repaint everything. Okay, so I added the second floor. It's exactly the same as the one below, and we haven't done any real belt work or pipe work on it yet. I know it's a block. Trust me, we will do some decorations. It's just there for envisioning. So now we're gonna do some stuff up here, which is gonna be totally different, or moderately different from there. We're gonna add some more angles. We wanna do some metal work. We're gonna put some 12 generators on each side. We're gonna raise it up though. So we're going to run some walls out here. I think 3 should be enough, since we're not planning to put any machines in here. Although, what would be really cool? What if we did the compacted coal down here and put the generators up above? I don't think I can fit 40. We can fit some of it though. That would work. If we're gonna do 12, we could do that. We could set up our, it's gonna be hard. The belt work's gonna be fun. Well, I guess we'll just do more generators in the back then. That'll work. Just in different buildings and stuff. That would actually be pretty cool. We'd need to, will a assembler fit a 3? Yeah. Assembler will fit. Okay, this can work. All right, we need to build a walkway up. Perfect. Now, we're actually going to do another set of walls. We're going to put our coal generators up here. Perfect. And then what we're gonna do, I think is gonna look really cool, is we are gonna clip right through the back of these coal generators. Then we need to find a good color. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. I think this needs to go darker. That's a good start. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the ramp walls. Once I find them, here they are. I don't need a tower to work on this. I want metal. We got to color it. Now we just repeat that on the other side, except we need a walkway. And we should be able to just use fix it once. Yeah. Yes, I love the way this looks. Look at that. Full generator back sticking out each side. It just gives the wall something more. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And so we have the floor below. I wonder, because up here we don't, oh yeah, perfect, perfect. Because everything's not lined up because I totally planned that. Okay, now that I've realigned everything, now we can do it so that the splitter is gonna run right down the middle. Right on like here. We can actually raise it up. The conveyor lifts can just attach to it. So we can bring whatever, if we do the compacted coal below, or just make regular coal, we can have it come up somewhere through a floor hole, either over there. We can turn this around, and then we can just have the coal run up top. And then for the piping, so we can just run it down here on this ground level. Let's repaint these guys since I fixed it. And then let's add a roof. I think the fix-it roof would be nice. Maybe we can do the flat one. Do that way, do that way. And then maybe if I had silica, I could do silica down the middle, which we can do. But we'll just go ahead and finish this off. Now we want some more decorations down here. All right, I've done a little decorating, which was mostly just adding some windows, throwing on some beams. You know, nothing too fancy that we haven't done before. Just did similar pillars here. Mixture of pillars here. Pillars there. I did this diagonal wall that kind of was in line with this stairway. And then over here, you know, I just added some beams. I added this weird V. I'm not sure if that's going to stay. I did the flush glass wall, and then I just ran the 1 meter high walls all the way across several times. Same thing here. This was just a little adding little walls there. You know, I could always go back and do the thing we did in the steel factory where I would do the 1 meter wall, glass, 1 meter wall, glass, and then like 1 or 2 of the 1 meter walls. But that works in some cases, doesn't in others. Depends on what you're doing. That's about it. What I've done so far. I still think we can do, I need to duplicate this over there, but I think I'm going to wait until I get feedback from you guys. What you think. Do you think this looks good, or should I completely redesign it? Put it over there. This, I still need to decorate these walls, so I'm going to do that. We need to go back and put a roof on this. So let's get that done. What I think I'm going to do, I want this building, which is kind of attached but separate, to be a little different in look. That's why I got a different color on it, which I might adjust the colors later. I'm just trying to keep it different. So in this case, I think we're going to do it with a different set of windows. I think we'll try going with these, but we're going to change this to concrete. We'll use this. And I think we'll just maybe sets of 4. I don't know if this will work, but oh yeah, this looks nice. Looks real good, real good. I really like this. This, I'm happy about this. Goes all the way down. We do got to do the little bit of walls for the roof, but yeah, this is real nice. You might add a door in the middle, maybe just for the looks, or at the end or something. That way you can get in from either side. Yeah, I like this. Now we definitely need to find a spot for our coal if we're going to do this, because I think we'll probably want it to kind of go up. It'd be a great way to get some coal up there too. And if we can go up there, let's see if we can find an entrance. Because we said we were just going to go ahead and do this on the ground or the air, because we didn't make a pancake floor. So a 480 line alone would work for this floor. Now if we go up another one, we'll have to come up with another solution, maybe 2 480 lines. Or question is, do we want to come from the side or do we want to come in here? I kind of feel like coming in here would be fine. If we go up here, we could just use a wall. The double kind of sticks out, but I think that's okay. I can live with that. And that way it can come, if I had the things, come out here, and then we could have a splitter. You can go literally all the way down here. We can go right over this walkway that I made. Right into here, and presto, straight on down the line. That's fantastic. That'll work great. Let's do that. We could have come in from the side if we think it would have been necessary. We'd have to come out, kind of avoid this pillar, but I think this will work. Now it's a question of how do we organize it? Well, all right, let's start with a conveyor belt. See what we can do. We're gonna need something kind of like that. Maybe not like that. But we could. We definitely could. We could also, I think you've seen, if you ever look at coal pen pictures, they'll sometimes have the coal going to some tower and then going up. We could do that. I mean, we could leave the coal here because we're going to need a small building for sorting, you know, in this area. So we could leave this little open courtyard and then just have we could just leave it here and then just continue the work that I've started. Let me go get some, let me dump off everything. Go get some coal. Oh, this is going to take a lot of coal. I'll have to wait for that container to fill back up. Oh. So my idea was that I'll leave this empty and try to pyramid it up, but I get the feeling I might need to go smaller. This is that's a full container, and then some. I guess if I made them stacks of 51, it might make it go a little further, but that's a lot of work. All right, this is just going to be a slow progress. I might make it a little smaller. I'll come back to it once I have more coal. You know what I'd like to try to do is build a smokestack. Now, building a round smokestack seems kind of out of the question. It just doesn't really seem feasible. I've pondered a few ideas and couldn't find anything. But I think we can do a square smokestack using pillars. I don't know how it's going to really look. From a distance, it might look cool. We might need to go higher because I kind of want this to be kind of high like the buildings. The Christmas trees are back. Why? Why are you here? All right, I think what we need to do now is we need to get up there. Okay. Now what I'd like to try, we want to give this a nice black edge, so I think now we can use 2 metal pillars like to be the smokestack. If I had more coal up here, we could build a stack of coal that look like smoke. Okay. Now can we get down? This is gonna be, oh, that's not too bad. This thing gets in the way from this angle, but you know, what can you do? All right, let me do a little bit few more design touch-ups and then we can move on. Okay, so I think I found part of the reason for the graphical bug. Apparently when you have shadow quality set to ultra, these things show up. So it's something to do with the shadow quality that's affecting the pillar. It's not actually a files problem. I've verified multiple times and nothing's been found. But if you encounter this issue and you change the shadow quality from ultra to high, it goes away. Obviously that's going to affect my shadows a little bit, but it gets rid of that annoying bug. So I'll have to figure out which is the worst of the 2 evils. are the lesser of two evils. Okay, so I've done a little decorating. I've added some pillars around the building. I kind of went a little crazy on the windows for the big building. I was just trying to fill it in. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to go with it, but it's not too bad. I'm okay with it, although I could probably use a little touching. Add a little piping because we need to get water up there eventually, so I thought this would be a nice little way to get it up front. We need to repeat this over on the other side. I painted the roads, and I cleared out some of the trees that we got that was infesting and extended the concrete a little bit so we can see our water tank over there. These large mushroomy things we can't get rid of, so I just put some like little mini frame pillars around the base of them to look like they're providing support, at least where I could. That's about it. So I've already spent about 30 hours or so on this build, and I kind of need to get an episode out, so I'm going to go ahead and push. We're going to end it right here, and I'm going to continue working on this. I might try to... I'll repeat the other one. Based off your comments, I might make some adjustments. Tell me what you think. It's not bad. It's all right. So I'm going to repeat this one over there. I need to add a building in the middle over here that we're going to use for controlling our power to everything else. So we'll make that our circuit room. We'll continue decorating that other building. So if we repeat this one over there, that's going to give us about a total of 112 generators down. And we still need 88 more to reach 200. We can also add more floors onto this. I might to give it even taller. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll just put some coal generators on top just to kind of make it stand out and give it some life up there. Or we might enclose it all the way up. Although I got to admit, doing more of these walls, I'm definitely going to go a little more simple on the next build. This was a little ambitious. It's taken a long time, a lot of adjustments. I'm also looking for suggestions for games to play from you guys because I want to be able to spend some hours doing other things besides Satisfactory, because it can take a while to get a Satisfactory episode out when we're doing larger projects. So I can spend some time, 4 to 8 hours, doing some other games, playing around, having fun, playing seriously, maybe not so seriously, and we can have some more fun during the week. So if you guys could leave me some suggestions for things to play that you would like to see, let me know in the comments below. I also started a Discord server. It's completely empty right now, but some people have been asking for it in the comments, so I decided to go ahead and put one up. So if you want to join, I'll leave a link in the description below. I look forward to seeing you. I'll be hanging out there. I'm there most of the day. So we're going to end it here today. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you next time.